Hi there, this is Etienne from Remote Maths, and in this lesson we're going to look at the nominal and effective rates of change and how we convert between the two. This is grade 11, and I'm sure you have done that, but it's really important that we just consider it again, because when we do our annuities and so on, it's really important that we can convert between the two interest rates. Now, the nominal rate is the rate quoted in different periods of time than a year. If the rate is quoted yearly, that will be then the effective rate. I think you know the formula that's on the screen. So let's just look at the symbols there. Just to explain exactly what's going on. So the I on the left hand side will be our effective rate of change, and that is the yearly rate. So that is the effective rate. The I to the M, or IM, it's not really a power there, it's just a symbol. The IM, that will be our nominal rate. And M is the number of times per year. That's what M indicates. So if it's a quarterly rate, M will be 4. If it's half yearly or biannually, M will be 2. If it's monthly, M will be 12, etc. So the right-hand side, or in the brackets, is our nominal rate. The rate inside the brackets, therefore, will always be the nominal rate. And as I said, this is the rate quoted in time periods different than a year. So it can be quoted like, for instance, a monthly rate. Let's look there at a monthly rate maybe, or at a quarterly rate, or at a half yearly rate, or daily, etc. It's also important to understand that when it's maybe quoted monthly, we must understand that there will be 12 times that year interest received. If it's quarterly, the period will be 4 times a year. If it's quoted half yearly, the period will be 2 times a year. If daily, we will use 365, because if we get daily rate, we will receive 365 times interest that year. And as we said, the effective rate is always the yearly rate, or is always quoted yearly. Let's look then at an example. Right, so it tells us here that interest on a credit card is quoted at 23% monthly. So in other words, the rate here is then a nominal rate. This is a nominal rate because it is quoted in a time period that is not yearly. And because it's monthly, we will receive 12 times interest that year. So this indicates then our M. So the M here, the M there, and the M there will then be 12. Remember that they must always be the same. All three of them should always be exactly the same. Alright, so if this is the nominal rate, then of course the question will be, what is the effective rate? So they will ask us, what is the effective annual rate? Okay, so as we said, M will be 12 and I12 will be 0.23. So then we just go to our formula, and we of course then just enter in the formula what we need to do. All right, so I just want to change my color here. And we see then that this is the effective rate that we need to work out. So we're going to put in the 0.23 and the 12 for monthly. or per month, and 12 times a year. And then we just take, of course, over the 1 to the other side, and we find our I as 25.59% effective. So what this 25.59 actually means is that when you receive 23% monthly, so 23 divided by 12 every month, the effect will be that you will receive 25.59% once off. So if somebody invests once off and receive 25.59% interest, and you receive 23% monthly, so 23 divided by 12% every month, you will have exactly the same future value. Right, let's look at a second example quickly. Here they say the nominal rate quarterly is what we must find. So if we have to find the nominal rate, then the effective rate should be given to us. And that is the case because they tell us that the effective rate here is 9% per annum. So in other words, this will be then I, and this is a quarterly nominal rate. So this is the I4, which we will then have to calculate. This is then the question. So this is a little bit more difficult than the first example, but we must just use the same formula and then again substitute in and just do normal mathematics. So remember now M is 4 because we get 4 times a year interest, and this is the effective rate, the 0.09. So if we substitute it into our formula, let me just clean it here that we can see nicely. So if we substitute this now back into our formula, we can clearly see here's the effective rate then. And there's our nominal rate that we must work out. And it's 4 times a year and per quarter. Now just remember that this 4 here is a power. And we cannot mess inside this bracket before we have done our power, because we said powers the power comes before our other calculations in mathematics. So please be very careful that you don't go inside this brackets before you have removed this 4. And how do we remove this 4? By doing the 4th root here. Okay, and then when we do the 4th root, we will have basically the 1 plus I4 over 4 left here. We will take over the 1 to the other side, and then we will multiply by 4 so that we can get our I4 alone. So take over the 1 and then multiply by 4. And this will then give us our nominal rate. So the nominal rate here is 8.71% per quarter, meaning 4 times a year. I hope you understand these two examples. Here we had the effective rate and we had to work out the nominal rate, and in the previous example we had the opposite of that. Please watch this video again and pause if you need to pause and do the calculations and make absolutely sure that you understand absolutely everything there. And when you are done, you go to the classroom and you go do the assignment, the HW Finance 01 assignment. And if you struggle with the assignment, please load it up, upload it. You will see that you can do it there on the classroom, and you can upload it and I will have a look at it. If you are fine with it, then please do not upload it then, because we will be limited in time. But please, if you struggle, you load it up for me. And then please also go to the calendar and on the classroom and go check when we will have our online class. Our online class where we're going to mark this homework assignment. Okay. I hope you understood everything here. As I say, this is just our start off view to see how it's going to work. So it's a short lesson, and we anyway need to be able to convert between these two interest rates. Please go make sure you can use the classroom. You find the videos there, you find the homework sheets there, you can upload, and you can find the calendar where we will do our online lessons. And then I'll see you then in the online lesson. We will mark the homework sheet on the interest rates.